All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. I want to do our daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. A lot happened today, so there's a bunch to go through. So we cover Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel. If that's content you're interested in, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if ever we do us a great big favor and smash the like button, that helps the channel out a lot. Lastly, you'll see in our pinned comment a link to our free Discord where we talk about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin miners. Okay, let's get right to it. I'm going to start on the Bitcoin miner big board because today was a strange day. Bitcoin was up quite a bit. We'll get to the chart next, but the Bitcoin miners had a mixed reaction today. Okay, so if you look at the board, you're going to see there are 4 miners that were actually red on the day. 2 of them just barely red, but Core Scientific was down 4.6% today. From the close on Friday until the close on Tuesday today, and remember, Monday was not a trading day in the United States, Bitcoin was up about 9.5%. So, had this been 2021, these Bitcoin miners would have had a tremendous up day. Last year on a day like this, it would not have been uncommon to see moves of 20 or 25 or 30%, or even for some of the small caps, moves higher than that. So this is a different year for sure. Now, we did go through, if you watched yesterday's video, I explained that on Thursday and Friday, Bitcoin itself had some downward momentum, whereas the Bitcoin miners had some upward momentum. So they were not acting in tandem. The miners were acting more along the lines with the NASDAQ. Now, here we are again today, where Bitcoin had a monumental rally and the miners were hit or miss. And even the ones that hit were really only on par with the change in Bitcoin, no better. So just a few of the bigger winners on the day. Bitfarms was up 9.78%. Hive was up over 10%, but you also had a lot of stocks that really did not move very much. HUT was up 1.79%. Over a long weekend where Bitcoin was up nearly 10%, it's just strange to see moves of 1% and 2%. So I'm not sure what to make out of this behavior yet, other than this is about 3 or 4 days in a row where Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners are not necessarily moving in tandem. This does happen from time to time, so we'll see if it straightens itself out. I think this tends to indicate that people don't really have a lot of faith in this rally that's going on with Bitcoin right now, and so it's not flowing through to the Bitcoin miners. So here's Bitcoin on the 1-hour time frame, and as always, there is an orange line here. This line is on Friday at 4 p.m. when the equity markets closed, and you'll see that Bitcoin was about at $28,850 at that time. So in the United States, we did have a long weekend, so that is our last point of closing. So today's trading action is from that point on Friday. Bitcoin is up 9.6% over the long weekend. So you can see that was better than almost every single one of the miners. So Bitcoin drastically outperformed the miners over this 3-day, now actually 4-day period. So I think what we're going to have to see is maybe one more breakthrough to try to confirm that we're on a bull run, and you're going to see that a lot of the technicals, we'll just look at a few, they're sitting right on the borderline. So again, I think that people just are not yet convinced we're going to have a run, and I'm not necessarily looking for a gigantic bull run, but what I am looking for is for this relief rally to finish up and do what now it has finally started doing. We've been anticipating this move up in Bitcoin for weeks, and it's been going sideways. So our first price target in the big picture was $33,000. We are not quite there yet, so I am still expecting to get to $33,000 sometime over the next few days, and then we're going to have to see how Bitcoin is reacting on the technicals and what the sentiment is in the overall stock market to see whether we can take a run up to the next potential line of resistance, which is somewhere around $37,000. Okay, so here's Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. You'll see back here on May 12th, we flash crashed and bottomed out at around 25,000. So again, I am leaving that on the table. Whether we run up and get to our 33,000 or not, we still can't eliminate the possibility that we're going to retest this number at 25,000. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll see that I explained 20,000 in my mind is a very solid floor, and I do not think we're going to get there, but in the event that we break 25, 20 seems rock solid. So obviously that is not a guarantee. We don't know what happens until it happens, but those are my points to the downside. Right now I am focusing a little bit on the upside because we are in the middle of a recovery rally here. So the question just is, how long is it going to last? So if I look on the larger time frame, you'll see that this yellow arrow here, these 2 days were Thursday and Friday. So on Thursday and Friday, you'll see Bitcoin Bitcoin had this downward pressure for those 2 days. Yet the Bitcoin miners actually bottomed out and started moving up. So Saturday was rather eventless, and then Sunday we had a giant jump up to this green line at about 30,750. This was a line of resistance. This is a line that we reached back on May 17th. We've retested it twice. We have not been past it since. We got there on Sunday night. Then throughout the day Monday, we hung right under that line all day. And this giant green candle right here, this is the 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time candle right after the Canadian markets closed. So we had another massive push to the upside. So altogether, Bitcoin's up over $2,500, and at its peak, it was up well over $3,000 from the close on Friday. So that is very solid momentum. I'm going to switch over to the daily chart and we'll take a look. Okay, so you can see on the daily time frame, yesterday, this was Monday, this gigantic green candle right here. So we were in this descending wedge pattern, and we were coming to a point here where it was going to go one way or the other. Well, fortunately, it broke to the upside in a very strong way, and you'll see today so far, we're almost virtually neutral on the day. So we're holding our gains overall on the day, and we are substantially outside of this pattern. This was a 3-week pattern, a descending triangle. What I want to take a look at is the daily RSI. Remember, my theme is that good things happen over 50 on the daily Bitcoin RSI. Well, we did get over 50. However, we are just barely over 50. We're at 50.87 right now. So you can see this is another one of those times where Bitcoin is giving us very mixed signals, right? A strong move up today to 52 or 53 where we were earlier in the day would have been a much more convincing signal, but instead we are hanging right around this 50 mark at 50.87. So we'll see where that closes on the day. We're getting near the end of this daily candle. So if we break to the upside from here, and we do seem to be in the middle of a relief rally, you can see we bottomed out here very strong on the daily time frame back between May 9th and May 12th. And again, Bitcoin on the daily time frame is very, very rarely under 30. So this was a significant bottoming on the 1-day time frame. And now we've had some very nice momentum to the upside. So we just crossed 50. The question is, can we have a nice run? Is there a second half to this relief rally that gets us maybe over that 33,000 and maybe we approach our 37,000? Or is this going to peter out like it has done so many times in a row in the year 2022? Really, the year 2022 has been a year of 8 to 10% rallies, and then they fizzle out and we go to a new lower low. That's been happening all year so far this year. This is BTC.com, and they track all the activities of the pool. So I want to check. Today's the last day of the month. It's May 31st. So I want to see where the marathon pool ended. So if we look at May, it's 43 blocks. April was 49 blocks. That was a significant decrease from March, and this is way off of the 82 blocks that was their record back in December. So unfortunately, this is another very difficult month for Marathon from an operational standpoint. So they have all these machines. It's got to be 70,000 plus machines that are received, warehoused, and not plugged in, not operating, and not getting that many Bitcoin. So, hopefully for their sake and for their investors' sake, hopefully these things get plugged in. Were these all plugged in, this number could be triple or quadruple or even more. But unfortunately, we're at the end of the month here, and it looks like about 43, which is going to put them under 300 Bitcoin. So not what they were hoping for. I'm just waiting for the month where this sees a reversal and they start getting on the right track here. But unfortunately, this is what it was for the month of May. Conversely, Core Scientific, they're now reporting daily. So they had 37 Bitcoin mined yesterday. So they've been doing roughly that every day all month, which is going to put them somewhere near where they were last month, between 11 and 1,200 Bitcoin mined for the month. So a very good month for Core Scientific, another tough month for Marathon, and we'll be getting our operational updates over the next 2 weeks for the vast majority of these Bitcoin miners. So obviously, as those come in, we will review them and go through them together. So I just want to take a look at one or two of the miners. I'm going to start out with Riot. This is Riot on the daily time frame. You're going to see Riot gapped up on the open this morning to $7.83. However, they then went down all day, and they ended up finishing actually in the red at $7.19, just 5 cents down from where they were on Friday. But remember, Bitcoin was up 9.5%. So on that Bitcoin 9.5% increase, Riot unfortunately was down on the day. Now again, this was Thursday and Friday of last week where the reverse happened. Bitcoin had 2 days of downward momentum and Riot had 2 days of upward momentum. So Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners seem to be not trading trading in tandem over the last several days. So I do think that will correct itself sooner than later. And I do think it's a function of which way this rally goes. People are still, I think the general market overall does not believe this rally has much legs left. And that is holding back the equities and therefore holding back the Bitcoin miners. So I'll close out on the 1 hour time frame. This is Bitcoin and it's at $31,713. So that, again, this is very strong. This is now up 9.98. So basically 10% from where we closed on Friday. So that is a very strong rally, but we will see, because this has been the typical rally between 8% and 12% over the course of the year 2022, and I think we've had 4 or 5 of them. So let's see if we can break through and push more towards that 12% or maybe beyond. Our next line of resistance that we're looking at is at 33,000. We're starting to approach that. We did get to 32,383 today. So we'll see if we can make up that next 1,000 points maybe in the next 24 hours, and we'll see if these two short-term lines of support hold. We went straight across these in 2 1-hour candles, and we tested this and it held. So far these look good. So 31,300 is a line I'd like to see held either way, and then 33,000 is our first price target. So that's my daily update on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. Thank you so much for watching, and again, if you made it this far, please remember to subscribe and smash the like button, and we will see you in tomorrow's video.